Hey everyone! Welcome back. I am back today with more Hunter x Hunter, you guys. Oh my god. Last time was so good, like I didn't even know where to begin in my outro. I seriously enjoyed that episode. I think it was so great on so many levels. It really... it brought full circle and pushed forward so many things. I will briefly get into it before we start up on this next episode. But before I do that, I do just want to say, if you are joining me early today, you know just what that means. It means you are one of my awesome patrons. Thank you so much. And as always, I'm sending up those big old hugs right through that screen. And if not, still thank you for joining me today. I'm glad you're here. I do hope you'll consider supporting me that way. The link to my Patreon is going to be in that description down below. And if you are joining me on those YouTubes, I hope you'll hit like and subscribe for me. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, guys, there was so much about last episode that was so stinking good. For one thing, I didn't even really get to talk last time about just the whole form that Palm had, which was stinking amazing. The hair being like part of the enhancer ability and like creating an armor is such a cool concept, and I think the outfit was just unbelievably cool. Like I never like to see violence done against my Killua, but at the same time, like you cannot help but love that outfit. Like seriously, it was pretty sweet. I was wondering the whole time, I'm like, what is happening here? Like, is this something they did to her? Is this her? And I think the answer was a little bit of both. I think that, you know, she was definitely, she was acting on sort of what she had been programmed with by, Poof and Pitou. But I think the ability probably came from, like, her own aura. Like, I don't think that's something they did to her. I think that's something that manifested out of her own Nen and her own ability. Which I don't know if that means she could do it again. I honestly don't know. But yeah, we got to see what really happened with her. How she survived any of that. Like, first of all, physically surviving. Okay, well that I get because Pitou has the medical ability to heal her. But still, even just being in the presence, like that destroyed Nove. And she was experimented on after having been in that presence, had to overcome the wall with the memories. Like, how much mental fortitude do you think that takes to overcome that and then not be destroyed by just having the sheer horror of being in their presence and then being experimented on by them? It's someone who they always really portrayed as having like these possessive instability issues. I think it really says something for like her strength of mind that she was able to work through that. Of course, we have Killua to thank for Killua was the catalyst. Try saying that 10 times fast. Killua was the catalyst for that. And it was Killua finally letting down that wall within himself of all of this that he had been piling up about his fear, emotion, anxiety of the rejection that he anticipated and then eventually got from Gon. It was that snapped her out of it. She was able to break down that wall. Also, the fact that they thought that they could put a wall between memory and emotion, and that would... I'm sorry, like, you have not known very many humans. I think you have underestimated humanity. I know we really have our stuff, but we have our bad stuff for sure, but I mean, there's, I don't think there was ever any chance of that not backfiring on them. And now that Poof knows that, he's like, whatever, we could just make, like, zombie soldiers, whatever. That also gives me a little bit of insight, maybe, as to what's going on with Kite. Because if Kite is really being that heavily influenced and then we can remove that, the thing is, won't he still be dead? Like, but... See, now I'm wondering, because Pitou has that medical capability, and it seems like... I don't know how someone would survive without their head, but physically, I feel like now we know that Pitou could probably bring someone back from at least the very brink of death. You know what I mean? So then maybe that's it. Maybe we really will get Kite back. If we get Kite back at the end of all this, and like all with Palm, Kite, everything, all as well. Of course, that's not going to bring back all the people who are lost as the ants, and you know, like Ponzu and Pokal and everything. But man, I mean, I would still be satisfied. Like we got something out. You know, like there wasn't all for nothing. But Killua just like, I also want to have a hand for Killua, because just thinking of going right to the end, like being in the presence of what was before him, and being like, and I know they said he was buying time, but I do think he was being genuine when he said like, Gon is worried for you. You have to tell Gon that you're all right. You're the only one who can reach him. And Palm really being a big person over here and saying like, no, you're the one he needs the most. It's a lot. That is a lot. That whole scene, oh my god, it was just so good. It was so stinking good, and it was so well done, and I loved it. I loved it. Where do we go from here? Are Killua and Palm going to Gon? And what's going to happen from here? Guys, there's one way to find out, and that is just go ahead and jump right in to the next episode of Hunter x Hunter. Let's do this. That's right. God. He put that together fast. He's like, okay. They seem to be doing something in here. Yeah. I'm just gonna be upfront about that, huh? Okay. What is going? Okay. Wow, he sized this up. Okay. Yeah, because if you're gonna try to do something, then telling someone like the truth first is a good way to gain their, not trust, but okay. Okay. He's not wavering. He's gonna try to get him to release him. Yeah, like Knuckle is aware of that kind of strategy as well. Oh, but you can't get it past Gon! Gon. Yeah, how would you know? If he can make clones, which one is the clone? Well, in this case, I think he actually is a clone, because the real one's off with Yuppie, right? That's what he does! That's what he does. He makes trouble for bad guys. Yeah, I would say you're right on that. I think he's got the strongest will of like anyone on the show. What does that mean? Is he? Oh dear! Oh, he's gonna release the little baby ones. Okay. Oh crap! Pitou's like, please don't do anything. What is Gon gonna do? Okay. Oh! He's like, I'm cutting some time off of your healing time, so you better go faster. God, Pitou would literally do anything. Anything. Yeah, Poof doesn't really care. Poof is out for Poof. Yeah. See, the thing is, like, Gone also is kind of like, I'm just gonna use this to my advantage. One hour. Okay, and I was gonna say that seems like maybe it would have been the smart thing to do. That was the actual time. Okay. That is a big coincidence. Yeah. Oh, now Pitou's thinking this person could really honestly go after the king. Okay. I'm letting him know. Yup. Pitou was not aware. I think Gon is everyone's worst fears. We're putting Pitou back on the offensive here is what we're doing. Okay, and we're back on the offensive. But Pitou's already planning. Komugi's still first priority, but we're also starting to consider, like, okay, what does that mean? Yes, Yuppie is gone. Yuppie is free of APR. All of the above. Yeah, smart. At least we have, like, a little bit of leverage now. I still don't know how this fight's gonna go. Oh, they're gonna show us what's going on there. It did make him, like, look up for just a second. He's gotta have something huge up his sleeve. When was what? Flashing back again. Yep, because we know he, like, came into this dojo and was, like, basically took over. Ah! And you're gone. So in other words, like, no one could even touch him, and maybe this is the first time he's ever going to have been challenged in, like, a very long time. Is that what he's saying? Okay. Okay. This is... He's channeling 99th hand. This is going to be really, really, really sweet. This better work. This better work. Because I know they're not about to show me this and then the king's just going to emerge just fine. Whoa. I mean, Netero is super powerful. Really? Are we doing some, like, self-discovery along the way here? because that might help us unlock something that'll help us in this fight. He's like, you know what? I've been on the defensive long enough. Whoa. He's really gonna give him everything he's got. Well, what's the status? What's the status? He's gonna be... Is he even hurt? Tell me he's even hurt. This wasn't meant to hurt. I think this was meant to convey. Okay. This where it ends. What is he saying? The music, though. This might be the best music since the Phantom Troop arc. Whoa. Whoa. What do we... Oh, and we're... Yeah, we're... Okay, we're like manipulating the... Okay. Oh, man. Yeah, I don't think he was ready. I don't think he was ready for that. I don't think he was ready for that. Wow. Oh, man. Really kind of channeling our roots here. Wow. Okay. But you know what? The king has got... Oh! Heart! I think in a way, he found something that had been buried deep for a long time, Netero. Alright, you guys. That was great. So, we kind of got a little reassessment of, like, where everyone's at now. Gon is scary when he is like this, I'll tell you. To have, like, two of the royal guards kind of, like, hindered. You know, Poof, yes, did get away. That shows a lot about where Poof is at, where Pitou is at. Pitou was shown that Poof is at a place where he doesn't care if he does something that's going to get Komugi killed. And that's... Poof has been trying to assess where Pitou and Youpi are at. This was a good assessment for Pitou of, like, where Poof is at. And we know Poof kind of ultimately thinks he's going to be, like, the one and only remaining, like, loyal guard to the king. And it's funny how, like, each guard kind of has their own thing. Pitou has kind of almost been transformed by this feeling that they have realized off of the king. Poof has kind of developed this selfish need for, like, this possession of the king. Youpi, I don't know what Youpi wants, but Youpi has definitely undergone progress of some kind as well. And now Pitou knows they can't leave Komugi with either guard. I don't know what the plan is, but Pitou has also realized that Gon, with his willpower, it's amazing to me how, like, actual power level is so insignificant on the show. Because power is really only what you make of it with things like your mind, your willpower, kind of like the spin that you put on it. You can make as little or as much of it as you want with, like, your own influence. And the willpower that we have, I mean, we've known this about Gon from day one. You know, think way back to the Hunter arc where, like, you know, he had to be, like, actually unconscious in order to, like, stand down. But yeah, Pitou was able to see in Gon that, like, this person could really spell the end for the king. And I can't let it get to that point. So we kind of went from Pitou being completely on the defensive to now sort of being back on the offensive. Like, okay. I'm also glad to know that, like, even in that complete moment of desperation, Pitou was able to sort of negotiate a little bit. And we actually could heal Komugi in, like, an hour. And with 10 minutes off, still not a problem because Dr. Blythe has been getting stronger. But interesting that the 10-minute thing should like be totally coincidental because of what Poof had said. So I think Knuckle now knows where the king is, thanks to Gone. But was that Knuckle saying, I'm still going to go take care of the Poof thing first? I'm still going to go fight first? Or I'm going to go... I don't know. I couldn't exactly read that. But he was like, I'm going to do it my way. So we'll see. I think Killua and Paul might be headed back to Gone. So just to kind of like fully assess where everyone's at, Ikalgo was going after Palm. Palm is now with Killua. I think they're going to go back to Gone. Gone, of course, is with Pitou. Poof took off. Knuckle may be going to fight the clone, or he may be going after the king. I'm not sure. Morale and Nove and Shoot are all safe. Like, not altogether well, I would say, but safe. And out of the equation, more or less. Meliram was there with Knuckle. Okay. And Netero, of course, is fighting the king. I don't know what's going to happen in this fight with the king. Because I feel like Netero would not go into this and put big stakes in the line if he was not able to see at least 10 or so steps ahead in this whole fight. But Pitou's gonna give it their all for sure as soon as Komugi's healed. And now that we know that Pitou fudged the numbers a little bit, that means if we get Komugi to like 90%, we know that Pitou won't try anything though, because Pitou's first priority is to get Komugi somewhere safe. With absolutely no one having any regard for Komugi's life, Gon included, really, honestly. Which I think is really, there's something to be said for that, because even Gon is like, just sees this as a bargaining chip from Pitou's point of view. The first priority is to get Komugi, but who can we entrust Komugi to? Will be the big question. I don't know. But guys, I feel like we're closing in on the end of this arc, on the end of the story, and I really honestly couldn't tell you how it's going to go. But I'll tell you one thing. I am here for it. I'm along for the ride. That was a great episode. I can't wait to see where everything's going. I can't wait to see everyone's like, we haven't even seen Gon begin to like, this is just the willpower leading up to Gon's fight. We haven't even seen Gon put anything into action, you guys. So we just have so much ahead of us. We've come so far, and we still have so much ahead of us. So I loved it. I can't wait for more. I'm going to be totally glued trying to figure out what's going on. I hope you enjoyed watching along with me. As always, thank you so much for joining me today. And please, please, guys, don't leave me this late in the game. I need you. I'll need you for the next one, and the one after that, and the one after that. Please be sure to join me next time, and we will watch it together. Bye for now, guys.